Shout out to Loot Ward. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. Hopefully he doesn't mind using me using his videos. Of course, I'll link him in the description so y'all can go over there and support him because he pretty much gives us everything here for the most part, I believe, right? You know, reading patch notes is one thing, but seeing it for yourself is another. Obviously, I feel like this is the best way. So you can kind of see what we're getting ourselves into. So with that being said, looks like we're starting off with Emma. So she did receive a buff to where she gets her ultimate charge a lot quicker. Let's just pause right here. So in normal cases, that would only got her to 24% on a kill like group, but here we have 26. So that's pretty decent, right? So that just means that she's gonna be able to get her ultimate a lot quicker, put that CC down a lot quicker. I think Emma is honestly one of the best tanks in the game. She's definitely up there. I would say she's top three. When I see a Emma, I'm happy. I'm not gonna lie to you. She's one of my favorite tanks to have on the team. So especially if they're a good one. Like I think that she really does a lot to get the job done, protect the back line. Just a good overall character. All right, so we have Deadpool. So pretty much he just got his damage nerfed for the most part. When it comes to his ultimate, I'm not upset about it because Lord, when he lands and puts that ultimate on you, man, you're taking so much damage. You just gotta find a health pack if you don't have a healer nearby. This one I'm really sad about because this is why I love Vanguard Deadpool. Just having those pistols on rapid fire. Now something I want to pause right here because it's not really addressed right here. Oh, actually it is addressed, but yeah, they reduced Penny's health. So as you can see, she was at 750. Here she's at 700. But ultimately, once you actually get on the webs, it still balances out to the same. It's just that her base health is just lower. So who knows? Maybe we might be able to play Penny a little bit more. Maybe not. Probably not. They increase her web speed right here. That's always a good thing for some characters, especially tanks, because tanks need a lot of love. I know everybody was waiting on this one from Elsa to where, yeah, she can't just keep dashing all the time. They nerfed her elephant gun. Let's pause this real quick. Now let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's right on that fourth bar. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it almost got a fifth bar in her original state of 7.0, but she got a slight nerf. I mean, it's gonna count, trust me. Damage like this counts. I don't think people realize that because when you think about those times where you get characters one tap and they have that little sliver of health. Now imagine this just making that a lot worse for you. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I really do think that she needed a nerf myself from a mobility aspect and damage aspect. So, hopefully this will make it a little bit harder for those Elsa players so that way she just doesn't run lobbies like she does right now. Now, unless there's something I'm missing, I saw some people complaining about this. I would say it's a buff for freaking Johnny Storm because as you can see, let's play that back real quick. He gets 2 charges and he gets the dash for longer, in my opinion, and gets to travel a farther distance, almost like Ultron. I think that's great. Now let's pause this right here. Let's actually run that back real quick. Now we get to probably my most anticipated nerfs, which are on Bucky, right? So let's just go back a little bit further here. All right. So y'all see now when he does the uppercut, you're not as grounded as long, which I think they should have changed a long time ago. His cooldown is reduced on it, but at least you're not grounded, right? And then his tool, that has a longer cooldown. Let's run that back just a little bit so you guys can see that, right? Y'all see the effect, how you're able to move quicker right after that? Uppercut cooldown is reduced, but the chain, increased by 3 seconds. That's pretty good, right? His gun does a little bit more damage. The spell effect is reduced a little bit. And this pretty much just shows where you get your charge back a lot quicker for your orb. Now, something interesting about this here. So pretty much what they did is when he ults, it just makes it a lot easier for the team and him in general to get the kill to where it reactivates his ult again. So when we hear, and no pun intended, so when we hear again, it just makes that again and again a lot easier. So, hey, they nerfed a lot of things with Bucky, but at least they kind of compensated a little bit with his ultimate, so that way he's still somewhat of a threat. And I don't think people will be mad at that because with the ultimate buff, I mean nerf that they did, as far as how soon as you get ultimates, I don't think that this is a bad buff to counter some of his nerfs. You see what I'm saying? I don't think that's bad. Now this right here, for the life of me, I don't know why in the world y'all buffed Adam. We already felt like this man, honestly, after these healer support buffs, he should have got nerfed because this man can literally instantly heal himself. Like, man, I had the hardest time, and maybe it's a skill gap issue. But when I tell y'all I had the hardest time killing this man because he could just heal himself and burst over and over again before I could even kill him. Mind you, I was playing Psylocke, right? So you know Psylocke is pretty instant damage. But if he's able to heal the way that he heals, I don't know. But this right here, I just feel like yes, it's gonna make Adam probably more of a common pick because he's gonna be able to keep the heals going for his team a lot more. I don't know. They're trying to add him into a monster, in my opinion. They're turning this man into a monster if he isn't already one. And Lord knows, I am so happy that they reduced this. Now I just wish they do Invisible Woman's. I just feel like their ultimates lasted too long. They just lasted too long. Yeah, see, I feel like that's perfect. See, I call this the red siege because clearly when you're on the enemy side of them, right, it's gonna be red. And I just feel like it just lasted way too long. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we spending this much time fighting in an ultimate where dang near none of them are gonna die unless Magneto, I think, and Magneto might be one of the very few that can like land you know, an ultimate right away to pretty much blow her up if she doesn't dissipate or whatever, right? Go invisible or fade away. Y'all, ooh Lord, I can't talk. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Whatever that ability is, I can't think of it right now. But basically when she fades away. I think this is great because we already talked about there's too much damage in the game. I think this is fair because Jeff is already annoying, so I think this is really, really fair. Now with this, it just brings Jeff back in the fight quicker, honestly. Now let's pause here for a second. Why did we need this? Why did Luna? Why did she need a buff? Why did she need a buff? I thought she was in a great spot. Why do we feel like we need to give her more damage? For what? For what? Who asked for this? Who asked for this? I don't think anybody was asking for Luna to be touched. So anyway, other than you Gooners, I guess. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get this one. Now, probably my favorite as of late because y'all know I don't know if I can call myself an Ultron main just yet because let's just be real, I haven't played him, you know, that much for real. But if y'all seen my latest streams, I've been playing Ultron, pretty much carrying my team left and right, MVPs left and right. Ultron is a slip on support. I think people are gonna play him a lot more, especially with this buff, because look at that. Look at that. Bro, you're literally blowing up the battlefield. You're definitely doing way more damage than you ever did because of this. And I think this is such a great buff for him. I mean, and it just makes sense, man. It really does make sense. Watch this. I mean, oh my goodness. Now this is the proof right here that it actually kills faster. That last clip wasn't as justifiable, but look at this, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna have so much fun with Ultron this season. It's not gonna make any sense. Now it is interesting that direct hits don't do as much damage, but it's still okay. It's that AoE, the fact that you're hitting more targets. This right here, I don't think really too many people care about. Now, of course, the new White Fox buff. Now this is different. Yeah, I mean team ups are just, I don't know. This Captain America is pretty nice and sit deflects back at the opponent. I think that could be pretty critical. Definitely can secure some kills and some clutch fights using this shield. But that's really about it that I would say as far as team up. Now here's the big one. The tenacity, new effect, change CC, right? So this one, I don't know. We will really have to see how this plays because there's so much CC in the game, and the fact that now once you get hit with 6 CC effects, pretty much y'all will see right here in a second, right? So you see that? Y'all saw that? How it's almost like a parry type effect. Now it's not really a parry, but y'all get what I'm saying. It just means the effect went in. And now we know what this means. So now you have this CC immunity on your health bar, right? So now the enemy knows, you know what? It's no point in me really wasting certain CC moves on this character because he's just gonna eat through them, right? Now, if the opportunity, presents itself to where it's the best option, even a little bit of CC can do something, then clearly yes, right? But there's gonna be certain moments where now it is no point in me using this on this character because yes, it may do some damage, but it's not going to slow them, it's not going to ground them, it's not going to do the effects that it once did because of the this new, I guess you would say, buff for all characters, right? Now this one was interesting because you still get the CC of the ice and everything, and I know this is popping up on the screen right here. I don't know if you have a way of actually getting this out of the way, but with that being said, if you read this up here, right, it says effects pretty much such as Emma Frost, Carbon Crush, and Monster Hulk's World Breaker bypass this system, right? So it seems like the Ultimates, they won't be affected by this new buff that everybody has, a new feature, whatever y'all want to call it, buff feature, whatever y'all want to call it, right? Um, or mechanic. Sorry, it's right there on the mechanic. All right. Anyway, so with this new mechanic, right, it will not affect the Ultimates. So it's one part right here where you see, and I think I might have actually went past it to where he parries it, or the mechanic kicks in, but you can go right back into it, something with a land, right? Because it's a skill ability, it still keeps that duration going, which I think is great. But there y'all have it. That's pretty much the patch notes as far as what we know, at least the juicier parts, the main events of what's to come in this season, other than the Black Cat being added to the roster. So yeah, man. Hopefully y'all like this season. Hopefully it's a great one. Yeah, y'all pretty much just stay positive and yeah, let's just see what we got. But I appreciate again all the love and support. I thank everybody that's been supporting the channel, giving me some views. Like I said, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe if y'all want to see more to me that from me. That motivates me to make these videos for you and put in the effort that I put in. Because I want to bring the community together, and I feel like this is obviously one of the best ways that I can contribute and do that. But with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video.